Here we go. So we're going to play a new game here. The first recorded death associated with SCP-8008 occurred on December 18th, 1997. The victim, John Paul Revau, 38, Revu? I have no idea how I would pronounce that name, is a 38-year-old Caucasian male, was found pinned under his Dodge truck. Police on scene reported him being smushed to the neck like an empty tube of toothpaste. Exact wording. He was also smiling ear to ear and wearing a pair of novelty spiral lenses. SCP Foundation became involved later when the local detective assigned to the case was also found dead. Dismembered by his own lawnmower, smiling broadly and wearing the same glasses. Glenn, thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. It's good to see you here, buddy. Apparently, this anomalous pair of novelty glasses deemed SCP-8008 allows the wearer to fall in love with literally anything. SCP-8008 log October 6th, 1999. The entire first cohort of researchers assigned to the anomaly has been redacted. The first 3 researchers were killed by an H2 pencil, a diamond necklace, and a pool noodle. The last was found redacted in redacted. Redacted. The data after that has been expunged. What am I supposed to do with this? I shut the SCP-8008 case files in disgust and tucked the folder under my arm. Who'd I piss off to get assigned to Anomaly with a 100% casualty rate? Must be because of SCP-458 incident last month. Stupid infinite pizza box. Damn it. The heavy doors to SCP-173, the sculpture's enclosure, are already open when I arrive. Is there actually a... Okay, if you hit escape, the entire game closes instantly. So don't hit escape. This quits the whole fucking thing. Just... Bye. Wow. Don't do that. Hold space to skip rapidly. Alright, let's get back to where we were, I guess. Okay. My assistant, Dr. Theron Sherman, smiles briefly at me as I enter the room, then returns to reviewing his notes. He flips his pen in an elaborate loop between his fingers. His nervous fidget. The dozen D-class inmates inside are all staring intently at vaguely peanut-shaped sculpture standing motionless in the corner of the room. After all, it only takes an instant when nobody has it in their direct line of sight. Even a blink at the wrong time, and it will snap all of our necks in an instant. Ah, here comes Dr. Fields now. Here comes Dr. Fields now from his experiment with SCP-682. Let me just turn the game volume down a bit. There we go. Dr. Fields, morning. He seems distracted. Morning, sir. Everything alright? He blinks, seemingly to refocus. Yes, everything's fine. I look at the strange pair of glasses Dr. Fields is handing me. Is this it? I take SCP-8008, the novelty glasses from him, noting how light they are. Just a dark plastic frame and spiral patterned lenses. Dr. Fields wipes his hands off his lab coat as if to get rid of anything the glasses may have left behind. They look funny, but let me tell you. He swallows nervously. They're no joke. Dr. Fields nods and takes his leave. Alright. I settle into the flimsy aluminum chair at the table provided and activate the microphone. No turning back now. I take a deep breath and put on the SCP-8008, the novelty glasses. SCP-173. Huh? Hello? I clear my throat, hoping my nerves won't be too noticeable in the video recording. Hello, SCP-173? Whether she's thinking deeply or completely brain dead, I can't tell. Can you understand me? That was something. I'll be continuing experimentation with you, is that alright? Were you expecting someone else? If she's looking for my predecessor, she's going to be disappointed. They're not coming back. But maybe we can be friends. She seems to like that idea. Beside me, Dr. Sherman scribbles something in his notes. Her voice sends shivers up my spine. I need to compose myself, return to the basics. Our goal here is to clarify exactly how SCP-8008 produces its hallucinations, and to better understand its psionic properties. We will compare my subjective experiences to the audio-video footage Dr. Sherman notes. To begin, I will show you some images. Is that alright, SCP-173? She seems pretty eager. Perhaps this won't be as hard as I expected. Okay, I show her the image of a monarch butterfly in summer. What do you see? A butterfly? You know what a butterfly is? She's so difficult to read. Next I show her the image of a human face. And this? My love. What? Where are you, my love? Dr. Sherman, what's wrong? I hadn't realized it, but I'd stood up. The small hairs on the back of my neck are standing straight up. Everything inside me is screaming to get away from this creature. Nothing, I'm fine. Takes all my self-control to force myself to sit down. I can do this. Lastly, I show her an image of her actual face. The blank spray-painted eyes stare up from the paper. Last one, okay? What do you see here? Confronted with the image of her actual face, she seems distressed. The twisted body of one of the D-Class personnel is slammed suddenly onto the table, looking up at me with wide eyes. His body is spasming at the sudden disconnect from his brainstem. His head is turned 180 degrees. What just happened? Dr. Sherman, I didn't see. I blinked. The man on the table has stopped twitching. His irises mid-dilated. Around the room, the remaining D-Class personnel, something I didn't see. I fucking went too far. Save, please. I blinked too. And me. And me. Not again. Everyone just happened to blink at the same time? I will remain D-Class personnel. I will remind D-Class personnel that any deviation from eye contact protocol will have severe consequences. We can see that. Beyond the obvious. Right. I almost jumped out of my chair as the timer beeps. We're going to end here for today. Please don't be upset. We'll be back tomorrow, okay? She seems relieved about that. Is that really something I should be happy about? I'll be waiting. Her voice, I don't think I'll ever get used to it. I remove SCP-8008, taking a moment to wipe the sweat from my face. Without the glasses, I can see SCP-173 as it actually is, a monster of concrete and rebar, looming right in front of me. The corpse on the table seems to be staring at it, afraid to look away even in death. Nothing. I scrubbed through the grainy video again. No evidence of the young woman I'd been speaking to in the testing chamber. No evidence that SCP-173 was in any way communicating with me. It's just me wearing those ridiculous glasses, talking to myself. Get 5,000 points or die. Okay. Alright, we're nearly at 5,000, not too bad. Great work! Now get 35,000 points or I'll break your legs. Okay. Let's, match 3, shall we? Why didn't this count? Come on, we got this. We're getting there. I would like to not have my legs broken. For 35 seconds. Or, if you click on my face, what happens? If you click on my face, I'll save you. Time is running out. 10 seconds. 7. Okay. I wake with a start. What was that dream? Something about legs? And the hell? Huh? She's gone. I reach up to touch my face, terrified that I might find SCP-8008 there. It's just me. So what did I just see? I dress and head down to the cafeteria to get some water. A clock on the wall reads just past 2 AM. It's so quiet. Where am I? Why am I at SCP-8008's containment locker? I hadn't meant to come here. Is this how it starts? I slowly back away from the locker, the halogen lights in the hallway feeling overly bright. Exposing. Then I notice something odd about SCP-8008's locker. The padlock is askew, as if someone has been tampering with it. I realize it's been unlocked and then replaced backwards to hide the unclasped mechanism. Looking inside, I confirm my fears. SCP-8008 is missing. I didn't do this. I'm positive I didn't do it. I check all my pockets, my face, and even top of my head just to be sure. What are you doing here? I almost jump out of my skin. Singer? The third researcher from our cohort is leaning against the doorway, arms crossed. She's wearing her lab coat, a pair of green slippers, and a concerned scowl. Lab coat, green slippers. I know who that is. That's Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate. Well, It's not what it looks like. I didn't even mean to come here. She waved away my concerns, standing up straight. I know. What? It dawns on me that Dr. Singer had been assigned to the previous lead researcher, the one who'd been redacted out of all of the files. I had a feeling I'd find one of you here tonight. It's just the same as last time. I'm glad I caught you before. She runs her hands up and down her arms. I'm not sure you did. I move aside to show her the open containment locker. Dr. Singer's eyes go wide. It wasn't me. Then who? Fields. He's been acting strangely today. Hey, without warning, Dr. Singer has me by the lapel of my coat and is dragging me down the hallway. Hey, what the? She yanks me into a dead sprint, still not explaining herself. I'm barely able to keep up. Dr. Singer pulls the containment breach alarm. As we pass it, I realize just how much trouble we're in. The alarms are deafening. I've only ever heard them once before, at the site I'd been transferred from. 14 people had died that night. The hallway rocks violently. Fine dust pours from the concrete ceiling, catching in my throat as we run. I cough hoarsely, my lungs are already burning from the unfamiliar exercise. My worst fears are confirmed as we round the final corner. All I can see is a cloud of billowing dust and stone debris. Huge shards of rock have gouged the walls on the far end of the corridor, exploding from the wall that has been SCP-682's temporary containment chamber. I jump as a hand grasps my trouser leg. In my horror, I recognize Dr. Vader from the fourth and final researcher in our cohort. His lips and chin are crimson with blood, his torso has been pulped by metal shrapnel. I barely have time to process this before a shape looms out of the new hole in the wall. It's big. Ahead of us, Dr. Fields is standing with his arms raised towards it. I can't see his face, but I know he's wearing SCP-8008. The massive Class-4 Anomaly crawls over the pile of debris. Yellow acid smoke pours off its body. It spots Dr. Singer and I. My body freezes, pinned by those hateful yellow eyes. Dr. Fields, my beloved, my queen. He looks so small next to her. Dr. Fields, I did as you asked. Now we can be together. It snaps Dr. Fields up in its crocodilian jaw faster than I can believe. Dr. Fields screams as SCP-682 shakes him back and forth like a doll. I can hear his body breaking. SCP-8008 flies off and it lands near my feet. Aware of a wave of desire to put them on washes over me. Do we put them on or do we resist? I'm gonna put them on. Let's put them on. She's big. She holds Dr. Fields by the torso in one of her hands. His screams becoming gurgles as my mind struggles to understand what it's seeing. It occurs to me, she is. And then he's gone. Interesting. Gunfire erupts from behind SCP-682. I hit the floor just as bullets whip through the air around me, sending up sprays of sharp stone where they hit the tiles. I cover my head. Even above the sirens and gunfire, I can hear SCP-682 shriek as it enters a rage state. The floor rocks under me as another section of the building collapses. And then suddenly, the shower of debris and bullets stops. Even sound seems muted. I decide to risk it. Carefully, I open one dust-covered eye to see a pair of bare grey feet standing just inches from my face. After a moment of confusion, it dawns on me. SCP-096 had been moved into the adjoining cell block for testing. I cover my eyes in an instant, praying I haven't seen its face somehow. To see SCP-096's face is certain death. Its Its voice rings through the high ceiling chamber, followed by a howl from SCP-096 as it too enters a rage state upon being glimpsed. I blindly begin crawling away from the sounds of fighting as the two anomalies clash. I hope desperately I'm going to the opposite direction. A huge chunk of concrete strikes me in the back, crushing the air from my lungs in a whoosh. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. My vision goes soft around the edges as the life is slowly crushed out of me. Is this it? Something is pulling on my legs. Something impossibly strong. I feel hands around my ankles. I gasp, the pressure of my chest is released, and light returns to the world. She's gone. I hear voices. I hear Dr. Sherman shouting? Why is he shouting? Doctor, can you hear me? I try and respond, but it turns into a hacking cough. My throat is full of dust. You're alright. He helps me sit up and waits while I cough a while longer. Miraculously, I seem to be unharmed. Let's get you to the medical ward. He supports me as I stand. Glancing backwards as we turn to leave, I see the slab of concrete that almost killed me, and the trail through the dust from where SCP-173 had dragged me to safety. Why? I'm hooked up to several machines in a private room. My heartbeat sounds quick and irregular on the monitor. Isn't this a bit excessive? Dr. Sherman looks up at me from his chair in the corner. His lips twist into a wry grin. You know, for someone so smart, you're a real idiot. Eh, fair. I lean back into my nest of pillows. Is Dr. Singer alright? Yeah, she's fine. She had the sense to run when she saw what happened to Dr. Fields. I nod awkwardly. He stands and hands me a glass of water from the bedside table. I drain the glass, not realizing how thirsty I'd been. And the breach? Dr. Sherman sighs at that and then shoves his hand into his pockets. Word around site is they were able to recontain both SCP-682 and 096. But SCP-173 is missing. I should tell him SCP-173 saved my life? Dr. Sherman, its containment chambers was found open. We need to find 173. I think I might be in danger. That's as much as I'm willing to say. Dr. Sherman's eyes narrow. The task force personnel are already down in the tunnels searching for it. They won't find her. They won't find it. Right, sorry. Why not? How do I explain it to him? We need to ask someone who was there. Everyone who saw what happened was torn apart, other than you. Not everyone. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Theron, I don't have a lot of time. It's hard to explain. He crosses his arms for a moment, then seems to deflate. Fine. Suppose someone has to keep watch over you. A chill runs down my spine at that. I can't help but wonder if SCP-173 is watching me even now. There's no time to lose. Alright, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna save, as this is our new choice. Do we want to visit 96 or 682? 682? Okay, let's go to 682. Normally, it would take a day to clear up this kind of experiment with the higher-ups, but with Dr. Fields gone, I'm the highest ranking researcher we've got. God help us. They're really not taking any chances this time. Behind me I hear Dr. Sherman fake a cough to hide his grin. On either side of us is a full legion of Mobile Task Force guards watching us pass. Their black helmets and visors obscure their glares, but I can still feel the chill in the air. These men just lost friends because of a researcher like me who couldn't handle his assignment. I carefully step to avoid the electric rails set into the floor as we approach SCP-682's new containment chamber. We stop just inside the huge space. Before us sits a massive 5x5x5 cube of reinforced steel filled with hydrochloric acid. The acid hangs SCP-682 itself. In the acid hangs SCP-682 itself. Suspended between life and death as its body regenerates just as fast as the acid can eat it away. Dr. Sherman pulls out his notebook. As always, he'll be acting as my personal reality anchor. SCP-682. Can you understand me? I've come to talk to you about SCP-173. A low chuckle resonates through the room. I can feel it in the soles of my feet. SCP-682 flicks its massive tail to slowly turn away from the view screen. Do you know what happened to it? No response. SCP-682 has now floated so its back is fully facing us. We don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I had been hoping to avoid this. Were you? He watches me carefully as he hands me the novelty glasses. You're not immune to it. I know that too well. With a deep breath, I put on SCP-8008. She's so big. It takes me a moment to compose myself before I can speak. SCP-682? I need to know what happened during the breach. Her voice. It's not at all like I'd expected. Would you please tell me what happened? You think that too? What do I get in return for the information? I've never seen such a hostile smile. Corner of my eye, I see Dr. Sherman watching me carefully, but I need to stay focused on SCP-682. You cannot be trusted. The acid swirls in little eddies around her as she laughs. What could you possibly want, anyways? Well, that I could give you at least. If you were to tell us where SCP-173 is... I can hear the creaking of plastic as the task force personnel shift their weight around the room. Their guns are still lowered. For now. Doctor. Everyone in the room instinctively covers their ears. I relay the offer to Dr. Sherman. Out of the question. A sharp beep from the lead task force member's radio makes me pause. He looks at us and then picks up the line. Static-filled screams from the other end are so loud that he had to hold it at arm's length. Reinforcements, send The voice abruptly cut off. The radio goes dead. The silence that falls over the room is absolute. Me? You want me? Dr. Sherman's scribbling has stopped, waiting for my next words. I'm not sure I have a better option. I accept. See you tomorrow. I remove SCP-8008 and hand it to Dr. Sherman for safekeeping. I have decided it's the safest place for them. 682's rumbling laughter follows us out of the chamber. I can't help but wonder if I'm making the right decision. And time is running out. Once we're outside earshot of the guards, Dr. Sherman stops to look at me dead in the eyes. You can't go through with this. It might be our best shot. Dr. Sherman runs his hand through his hair. Alright, fine. I trust you. We should still visit SCP-096? As per protocol, no one is actually allowed to enter SCP-096's containment chamber. The risk of accidentally glimpsing its face is too high, and that's all it would take. 096 cannot be stopped once you've seen its face. It will find you, and it will kill you, no matter what. Is this really such a good idea? Around us, the Armored Task Force personnel watch carefully, wary of any sign of trouble. Dr. Sherman, Dr. Singer and I stop in front of SCP-096's sealed doorway. We don't have to do this. I roll my eyes at him. Well, unless you want to go on a sunset date with the big lizard. Dr. Sherman's face drains of color just thinking about it. Guess not then. Shall we? Dr. Singer hesitates before initiating the audio link. She didn't say anything at all to me yesterday, so don't be disappointed if this doesn't go like you'd hoped. I nod and she punches in the code. Dr. Sherman hands me SCP-8008 looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. Centering myself, I put them on. She's singing? What? It's beautiful. Like a bird. It sounds so sad. Almost lonely. She stopped. Hello? No, look away. Look away. She wants us to look away from the console. But I can't even... She's begging us. Singer and Sherman both look awkwardly at the floor. Is that better? You have a beautiful voice. I'm not lying, you really do. You're welcome. Dr. Sherman is looking at me oddly. I need to keep this on track. I need to talk to you about yesterday. She screams so loud the speaker cuts out, but we can still hear it clearly through the wall. The task force team leader steps forward, ready to intervene. Stand down. I try to put as much authority as I can into my voice. With Dr. Field's dead, I'm the highest ranking official at this facility. Through his visor, I watch the man's eyes flicker between my face and my Class-5 Authorization badge. Stand down. The task force man exhales and then returns to his post. I watch for a moment longer before returning to my attention to SCP-096. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Please talk to me. No, I swear SCP-682 won't come anywhere near you. I just wanted to ask about SCP-173. We just need to know where it went. Yes, then we'll leave you alone. Just like that, she's going to tell us? I try not to let my excitement show on my face. Damn it. I knew it couldn't be that easy. What do you need in return? Dr. Sherman gives me a look. I shrug. Her request might turn out to be something we can easily accommodate. It would almost certainly be less dangerous than what SCP-682 asked for. A bird? You mean out in the mountains? Okay, sure, you can have some recorded bird song. Again, we're forced to cover our ears against the piercing noise. Nobody says anything for a long moment. Eventually I clear my throat. We'll get you a real bird. We can have it by tomorrow. Then you'll tell us about what happened to SCP-173? I take SCP-8008 off more aggressively than necessary, and the image of the girl on the screen is replaced by lifeless data. She wants birds? I nod, handing SCP-8008 back to Sherman, who restores them safely in his breast pocket. This is a bad idea. I don't know how, but it is. What other choice do we have? The mental image of SCP-682 looms over us all. I set off down the hallway, signaling to the other researchers to follow. I nod to the task force team leader as we go. The man is as solemn as granite. Dr. Sherman, could we just wait? We could just wait for the task force personnel to do their jobs. I agree, but it's as if a cloud is hanging over me, blurring my thoughts. Am I just tired, or is it something more insidious? Let's call it a day, we're all exhausted. No one argues with that. We'll talk about this in the morning, alright? Dr. Sherman looks at me and then at Dr. Singer. He shrugs, looking as exhausted as I feel. Okay, let's get you back to the medical ward. My eyes drift closed as soon as I'm tucked into bed. What a day. Everything swirls around in my mind as sleep overtakes me. 50,000 points or die. Too much? How about this? Get 25,000 points or die. Oh. Where am I? What the fuck? This is making it a lot harder for my brain. For 25,000 points or die. Oh, fucking what? I said get out. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What is happening? They're all like smooshed up. I can't move. They're like all fucky. Don't look at me with those creepy eyes. Oh, I can't. Is this them like fighting with each other? I can't even read it. Save me! Jesus. Where am I? The tunnels beneath the facility? I hear footsteps and shouting. Is that? I hit the ground. What happened? I've fallen out of bed. The tile floor is cold on my cheek. Was that a nightmare? My wrist hurts, probably ripped the IV out, and the heart rate monitor considering the alarm, telling me I've flatlined. The door to my room flies open. Dr. Sherman says, Doctor! Doctor! I look up to see my assistant silhouetted in the doorway, and the next moment he's at my side. Oh, thank God. I thought, I'm fine. Just a nightmare. He looks at me strangely, somewhere between concern and relief. Some nightmare? Come on, let me help you. I sit on the edge of the bed, rubbing my sore wrist. The morning shift nurse arrives a moment later to check on my vitals. Dr. Sherman hangs back, fidgeting with his favorite pen. Healthy as a horse? The nurse forces a smile for my benefit, but says nothing. Then Dr. Sherman and I are alone again. It was SCP-173. Dr. Sherman looks up at me. In my nightmare, that is. She's down in the tunnels. I think I even know where. No, you don't. It was just a dream. I'm not sure anymore. I sigh, weighing out options. We could give SCP-682 its hour of sunlight, and pray it doesn't kill us all in the process. Or give SCP-96 its bird, and pray it doesn't kill us all in the process. All our options kinda suck. Dr. Sherman actually laughs at that. You're right about that. So what do we do? Go on a date with 682. Go on a date with 96. Oh my God. Alright, which one? What do we do? Are we going on dates or are we going to 173? Hmm? 096, give it the bird? Okay. Songbird trills in its cage tucked under my arm, blissfully unaware of all danger, unlike the small army of task force personnel gathered around us. There is no pretense of hesitation today as Dr. Sherman hands me SCP-8008. I always marvel at how light the novelty glasses are. Singer seems withdrawn, her arms crossed tightly. Begin the experiment. Dr. Singer punches in the code without comment. The door grinds open, rusty with age. Visual contact established. SCP-96 is sitting hunched in the corner of its cell. Its grotesquely elongated arms wrapped around its bony knees. 3 layers of blackout Teflon composite bags have been secured over its head. The operation was performed by autonomous robots to avoid the possibility of a human glimpsing its face. I step forward into the threshold. A sudden hand on my shoulder makes me pause. Be careful in there. I nod. Dr. Sherman leaves me alone in the containment chamber. The door squeals closed behind me. There's no going back now. Checking audio feed. A slight crackling precedes Dr. Singer's voice over the speakers. Loud and clear, Doctor. No going back. Without hesitation, I put on SCP-8008. I stopped that thought in its tracks. I'm stronger than this. I need to resist. Of course. Ah! Before I can stop her, she's taken the cage from me. The bird inside doesn't seem to mind. I wonder what I would see if I removed the glasses. I would see SCP-096 standing in front of me, smiling with its hideously distended mouth. I remind myself that this is a hallucination. The real SCP-96 has 3 layers of blackout bags over its head. The bird sings back to my amazement. Sing with us, Doctor. Okay. I start singing, apparently. I clear my throat. La la la. Self-consciously, I try again. La la la. The notes are off, but it's closer. She takes my hand in hers. Her fingers are warm and delicate. Not at all like I would have expected. One more time with me. La la. Wow, it actually worked. Her smile of joy is infectious. To the outside observer, it probably sounds like I've completely lost my mind, but I can't bring myself to care. Of your life in the mountains? And I need to know about SCP-173. The smile fades from her face instantly. Right. You promised you'd tell us what you know if I brought you a bird. You have it now. She goes quiet for a long while. Jesus. My vision explodes in a field of bright stars. Suddenly I'm being helped up off the ground. Did I pass out? The sound of retching metal fills the room. Don't look, whatever you do, don't! One of the task force personnel screams. Where? Dr. Sherman. Doctor, are you alright? I see him tucking SCP-8008 into his breast pocket. I look around, find myself on the floor, several meters from where I'd been. Oh god. Please tell me you got what we needed. I glance up at him. Dr. Sherman's hair is disheveled and his eyes are terrified. Yet he's still focused on the mission. No, I didn't. But we're out of time. Into the tunnels! We prepare for the descent into the tunnels beneath the facility as quickly as possible. Dr. Singer, Sherman and I are kitted with industrial strength flashlights and radio and rations, just in case. We're also outfitted with head-mounted radios which should work even deep underground. I feel like a D-class. I grin, but Dr. Singer is stone-faced. The 6 task force personnel assigned to us don't seem to find it any funny. We just need to stick together and everything will be alright. Except for the monster that will rip you to shreds if you so much as glimpse it. Right. Except for that. Dr. Sherman, great. He's filling with SCP-8008 which is tucked into his breast pocket. His face is unnaturally pale. Probably just nerves. We head down the last flight of stairs into the tunnels. Down here the metal floors give way to rough stone. It's humid down here and cold. Every time I exhale, a little cloud of water vapor is illuminated by my flashlight. We travel for some time through the seemingly endless tunnels. Always heading down. We pass through several task force waypoint camps which have been set up to coordinate the search. The men watch us with dull eyes. There are no injured among them, but what they're tracking doesn't leave injured. Down, all the way down. It must have been at least an hour, My shoulders are aching from the tension. We've come to a passage with nearly a dozen offshoot tunnels. I have no idea which way we should go. We all stop in our tracks, suddenly on high alert. The task force personnel scan the darkness with their gun-mounted flashlights. The slim beams of light are insignificant in the oppressive blackness. What is it? Where's Sherman? We all look at each other. Dr. Sherman isn't here. We need to backtrack. We have to... Nobody move. She says it so calmly that everyone freezes instantly. Her eyes are so wide that she looks among the task force personnel. They look equally terrified. One of the task force personnel starts firing madly into the blackness. The others join him, not sure what they're firing at. A grey blur hits the first task force officer so hard I see his neck snap from whiplash. Don't look. She's cut short. Literally. The creature takes her out at the knees, severing them. A stray bullet hits my shoulder. Dr. Singer is rolling on the ground, confused and terrified. I need to go. I should help her. Then I see two long legs move to stand over her. I watch her eyes travel up the length of them, then rest on the face hidden in the dark. I run. I pick a tunnel at random. Anything is better than staying where I am. I'm not even sure where we're going. Down. We're still going. I run as fast as I can. My lungs are burning. My legs are screaming. A sudden drop in the path sends me sprawling. My wrist. A wave of nausea rolls through me as I curl on the ground, protecting my arm. I can't... I look up. This is the cavern from my dream. And there, at the far end, is SCP-173. I almost didn't even recognize it. And there, in front of it, is Dr. Sherman. Theron! He turns to look and... What? Where am I? This place seems familiar. Where's Dr. Sherman? Where's SCP-173? Where's... Get 500,000 points? 550,000 points or die. Oh. Oh no. Am I interrupting? So glad I found you. How'd you find us? Me? Oh. You left a trail in their dreams. Pretty embarrassing. You know what's embarrassing? Not knowing when you're being lied to. Huh? But who's lying? It's so sad. They're two-timing you with 682! Get 209,000 points or I'll kill you. I mean, it's technically true. I did set that up, didn't I? Oh my, what is happening? This is ridiculous. I can't move. SCP-8008 log date November 1st, 1999. The final 2 researchers were never recovered from the tunnels. Dr. Sherman was found wandering in the dark sometime later, wearing SCP-8008. He is physically unharmed but redacted by the redacted. 173 and 96 have been recontained. The next cohort of researchers will be brought in shortly to continue work on 8008. The rest of the data is expunged. Game over. I got gibded. I got the "you got dead" achievement. I think that's a good time to stop there. This game is fucking ridiculous. What happens if we give up? It just quits the game. Alright. Fantastic. Well, that was a good test of my my thing that I've set up anyway. I hope that was somewhat enjoyable and interesting for you guys. It was Doki Doki Anomaly.